Hey TSW Forex family, welcome to another video. It's in October, it's 11th day of October, and we're looking at gold. And so far, we can see that gold has been moving up in a very strong bullish movement. So you can see that we have some very strong bullish movement going up. And recently, as you can see, the previous high that gold has ever been. If you were to look on the monthly time frame, you will see that I draw the support slash resistance level at the previous place where the wick is. So we're going to go on the let's go on the monthly time frame to see that a lot more clearer. So on the monthly time frame, right where the wick is, right where the wick meets the body, that's where I drew that zone. And of course, if it's resistance, it will be supply zone, and if it's support, it will be demand zone. So given that this was previously a supply zone, it was broken over here and retested. So therefore it becomes a demand zone automatically. Just as when resistance are broken, it becomes support. So if we go on the weekly time frame, we will see more clarity of this movement. And these two candlesticks here are what we call a tweezer bottom. If you look at the base of it where the body is, you can see it's practically one straight line, and the 2 wicks would be like the tweezer. So that's where we got that tweezer bottom, and that's the support level. So after the support level, we can see that we had a retracement of this overall bullish move from this weekly candle, and then we had strong bullish movement up. Now we're going to go on the daily time frame. What do we see on the daily time frame? Let's squeeze it up a bit to get more clarity, because of course, you know, at TSW Forex we use clarity for everything. So clearly we can see that it was in a retracement going down from this bullish movement up. Now what all I did was just connect these support levels with a trend line and connect these resistance level with a trend line. What I did next, same thing for the movement down here. Connected the trend lines to the resistance level here. The previous high that we have, of course, we know that whenever a price though when it makes a new high or a new low, it usually retests that level. That's how double top and double bottoms work. So we're going to use this as a reference now. So I draw a line here as a reference to say, yeah, I'm looking forward to see what will price do at these levels. But of course, since we already know that price broke this resistance level here, it is safe to say that it is now changes trend. So we have confluence. We have confluence from the support level on the weekly. We have a tweezer bottom on the weekly, and then we also add a bullish weekly candle, very bullish weekly candle from that tweezer bottom. So we can say, yeah, we see that price is moving up. Now, if we go on the 4-hour time frame, seeing things slowly and slowly more clearly, right? So let's clear this up a bit. I'm going to get this off the 4-hour time frame, keep it on the daily. Much more clearer and cleaner. So this is resistance level. Of course, when we say price move from a support level, right? What we said earlier, if it makes a new low, the psychology of the market is it will try and retest that level again, which is why we mark that resistance level up here. So that's one, and this is the one. This is the previous high. This is the highest goal that's ever been in history. This is history right here. So we mark this because what price did in the past, it might do again in the future. So obviously we see that on strong support level here, we had a movement there, right? After we had that movement, we can see that price made us new support level, a new rejected, and then what? Retested. That's the psychology. So we had a double bottom. This previous high here was marked. It was broken, and price rose all the way up here, came back, retested this level. So when resistance is broken, it becomes support. Immediately started to connect these lows and then these highs connected. So what we're seeing now is a potential channel. So there's a possibility that we may have price hit this resistance level or a retracement down. And the reason why I draw this here is because we're still not sure if price will respect these support levels here, resistance levels here. So it's just an assumption that it's a possibility that we may have price reject this level, come all the way down for a continuation, who knows? Or we might have a rejection from that level, a retracement from the overall bullish movement, and then a continuation up in a bullish movement, because we already had some form of sign that, you know, gold is already in a bullish movement, because we had the tweezer bottom on the weekly time frame and then a strong bullish candle on the weekly time frame. So all of this is just to not be surprised by the market. Of course, we do what the market says. And for now, we're seeing bullish movement. So that's what we are going to work with. The next thing is, I want to teach you guys the importance of watching the US dollar and watching gold. That was the confluence that I use whenever I'm trading gold. I use the US dollar index. Okay, so we're gonna look at the weekly time frame on gold, and what we realize is there was a strong bullish candle, then a tweezer bottom formed with that strong bearish candle, and then we had a strong bullish candle up. Now what's going to happen when we compare this to the US dollar index? So this is the US dollar index weekly time frame as well. We had a strong bullish candle this time, tweezer top, and a strong bearish candle after. So clearly we can see that there's a correlation between the US dollar index and gold. And if you want to trade gold or any other USD related pairs, this is a strong reference or a good reference that you can use to trade it. So the US dollar index, we had a resistance level here, which was previous support. It was broken by this candle here. And of course, when support is broken, it becomes resistance. We got a resistance touch, and then obviously we had bearish movement after. So if we use this as confluence when trading gold, you know, it is also helpful. So for now, I'm seeing bearish movement on the US dollar index, and so it is very natural to look for bullish movement on the gold. So for now, this is a review for gold. But before I close out, I want to look at this week's calendar. So whenever traders are doing their trade, or for the week, we normally forecast what's going to happen with the news, and this is our fundamental analysis. It helps with knowing when to trade, when to be in the market, etc. So from Sunday to Friday, which is the 16th, today is the 11th, market will open in about 3.5 hours thereabout in Jamaican time. So we have no major news on Sunday. What I do is I make sure the time at the top right here is aligned with my time here. So make sure confirm this. Good. Okay, so it's updated. It's updated. All right, so 12:38 p.m. now, 12:38 p.m. on my time, and then we do the filter. After the time is confirmed, ensure that the time is correct. We do a filter. What I normally do is I uncheck the yellow box and just keep the high volatility, mid volatility, and the bank holidays are the ones that's gonna show if there is any holiday. You also take the currencies that you trade. So all the currencies that I trade would have been ticked, except for the New Zealand dollar that I had there. So I untick the New Zealand dollar now, apply, and all the pairs that I trade will pop up here. Now on Sunday, which is today, we're gonna have no news, major impact news. tomorrow, which is Monday, the 12th of October, we're going to have US and Canadian bank holiday. So, of course, in the US session, we're going to expect some very small movements. There's a possibility of seeing very small movements between those hours. And then we're going to have a GBP news, not much, just Bank of England governor going to speak. We're gonna see some high impact news on Wednesday with Australian dollar. That will be looking good, on the US Australian dollar USD. And yeah, that's it for now. We can have on Friday we're gonna have at 7:30 Jamaican time, we're gonna have two high impact news which we can look forward to. But most persons don't even trade on Friday, so that wouldn't be an issue. So this week we can probably have some great movements in between. From Monday to Friday we can look for some good movements. And that's it for now. And lately we can see that on Sundays I've realized that gold has been moving very heavily on Sundays, and the metals as well. So that's just something to look forward to. But for now, this is the video and a review of gold. We see that there's a tweezer bottom and support. We had a bullish movement after the tweezer bottom, so it's natural to look forward for further bullish movement. But that's it for now, and if there's any bearish movement, react accordingly. Thanks for watching.